such a bitch. I feel sorry for you. Such a bitch. I feel sorry for you. I do feel sorry for you. Yes, stay. Will you behave? I feel I can speak for the entire office. Wake up.
Hello and welcome to another Gig Guide edition of the Unhinged program, Australia's only show dedicated to the sounds of the underground. As per usual on the show, if you can hear me loudly and clearly, let's see those wow faces going across the screen. If you can hear me loudly and clearly, just hit the wow face or wow emoticon, just so I know that I'm not talking to no one, because that's happened before. If we've never met before, my name is Kaiser. I'm a DJ and founder of the Hard Dance Club Night Rehab and host of tonight's show. With me in the studio is, I've got nothing funny to say about you at all, Mr. Luke Davids.
Hi. Yeah, I'm excited.
Are you?
No, I'm nervous.
Pull your microphone closer. Talk.
Hello.
That's better.
Hello.
Well done, Luke.
Hey?
Well done. Thanks for coming back to us.
Oh yeah.
You had a week off.
I did. Well, not really a week off, but
You were doing meetings and so forth.
I was doing some meetings.
Were they good? Are we about to be famous and rich and whatever?
We've got some very exciting guests lined up. Very exciting.
Actually, speaking of being famous and whatever, I actually want to give a little bit of a shout out to pretty much everyone at home. We've done 2 shows now live in the excuse me, on the Unhinged TV Facebook page, and the response has been pretty epic. I was out on the weekend and I got the whole, "Are you the guy from Unhinged?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah." There was only about 3 people who did that, but that was 3 people, and Matrix came up to me and asked for my autograph, which I didn't. I felt that was a bit weird. But to everyone who's come up to me or sent me messages with tips and ideas and thoughts on the show, just wanted to say thank you very much and keep them coming. And that's where, yeah, you're not reading the script at all.
No, I'm liking comments.
Well, that's the important thing.
Well, that's what I'm here for, right?
Let's get into the asking questions part, shall we? Let's introduce the guests.
We have Nikki on tonight's show with us. While Nikki's about to say hello, I'm pretty sure Caleb wants to know where everybody is watching from. So
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Pop it into the comments.
What country you're from?
Yeah.
What state or city, etc., etc., etc. Pop that in the comment section below.
Hi, Nikki. Welcome back.
Hi.
Or welcome. How you going?
Good, thank you.
I just want to say, Nikki, 2 things. Bring the microphone closer to your face. You can pull it. That's
Okay.
fine. Because I couldn't hear you properly in the headphones. I actually wrote up a really awesome intro for Luke to say to you, and you didn't read any of it.
I didn't.
Why?
Don't. This
So
is
there's a
after
jo-
the show talk.
There's a job actually going for a co-host at a TV station. If you would like to, if you're interested, you can message me at Luke doesn't have the role anymore at unhinged.com.au.
Wow.
Because also in the studio, which you didn't introduce, which was also, mate. Are you liking comments at least?
No, I'm not doing anything now.
Oh. well, you've got it made. Also on the show is Genre, otherwise known as Kyle. And
guys.
Kyle's only done, I think you've played a couple of sets out, a couple at rehab, and you got roped into doing a massive set because someone didn't rock up. Is that right?
Yeah.
He's drinking beer. That's all I got to say. Let's get him off the camera.
So did you get a?
What?
I heard someone gave you some tips for the show.
Oh, we're going back to that now.
Let's go back there.
I did get some tips. I got told to drink more water. I also need to get a haircut, and someone told me I need to be. Oh, someone said I got to ask better questions. So brace yourself, Nikki. I didn't put much thought into the questions. I'm not gonna lie. I did, but also someone told me I needed to be less cute because I was too distracting for the TV. That's actually a complete and utter lie. Let's get into the interview. That was the bit I wrote. Hey, people laugh. That's fantastic. You've more tonight on the show. It's one of our favourite guests. You've been more than likely read one of her articles on Facebook from time to time. I know she's done a few ones about DEF CON, etc. Originally hailing from the motherland of England, a veteran raver and journalist at Alive at Night, the delightfully British Nikki Ranger.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki. See, that's the proper interview. That's how we do it. Oh, dear. We're off to a pearler. Let's get straight into the questions, shall we, Nikki? First of all, what is Alive at Night and how did you get into it?
So, Alive at Night is a hard dance music website based in the Netherlands, but founded by an Australian journalist, Cassie Katsaros, who you may well have heard of. And over the last couple of years, she's recruited a group of dedicated hard dance fans to work with her. So I'm one of those lucky writers who has been recruited to the team. We've got a team based around Europe, and there's 2 of us here in Australia currently. And we get around to various events, and we keep a close eye on what's going on in the scene. And we're the independent journalists of the scene, so we're not afraid to tell it like it is and tell some slightly different angles on the stories going on in the scene, just to bring you something a bit different and hopefully something insightful.
I was hoping maybe we could share that role. Can't we be the impartial referees of journalism here as well at Unhinged? Are we not professional enough? Is that what's going on here?
I think there's I think there's room for all of us in this media landscape.
Game on Alive at Night. Dear.
You see, you look cute on camera, and I sound good in written words. So
Well, that's true.
you know, there's room for both of us.
You sound good in real life. A little bit British, but I won't hold that against you. You articulate well.
So that article you done of Unhinged, that went worldwide, hey?
Absolutely, yes. You never know who might be watching now as a result of us giving you a mention.
If anyone's actually read any of Nikki's work or Alive at Night, you can pop it down in the comments below and we'll actually give you an answer.
And don't forget to give our Facebook page a like, Raylan.
Yeah, while you're there, we'll post that up in a brief moment as well. Actually, I felt a bit bad for not seeing that article, but I think we were a bit busy doing the first show when that got posted, if I'm not mistaken.
A bit busy. It was your opening night, yeah.
So you've done heaps of cool things since you've worked with Alive at Night.
I have had a few opportunities, yeah. I mean, my colleagues in the Netherlands, they're a lot of them work full time in the industry, so they're used to kind of going backstage and doing all this cool stuff. And myself, I've been a raver for a lot of years, and I've just sort of started to sort of do some work in the industry, I guess. So it's I'm still kind of quite, oh wow, I'm getting to go backstage, and I'm getting to talk to famous people, and it's, yeah. You
did HSU's Midnight Mafia, is that right?
I did, yes. And as well as that actually being just one of the best events I have ever been to, I did get the chance to venture backstage along with my Live at Night colleague Howard, and we were both very much kind of like, oh, we've not done this before, you know, who do we get to speak to, where do we get to go, what sort of goes on. And obviously there were some really big names on that lineup. We weren't sort of sure who we'd get a chance to talk to or what might go on. And the artist lounge sort of area there at the halls at Sydney Showground is upstairs, sort of above the, so you're looking down onto the event. And so you stand at the window there, and I suppose I was probably standing there for absolutely ages, just looking down like, wow, look at the size of this crowd, look at the lights, the lasers, the stage. And there's various famous people just kind of milling around behind me. And suddenly this guy comes wandering over and says, oh, hello, how are you? He was quite a quiet kind of guy, and he's just standing there drinking a glass of champagne. He said, hello, I am Fabian. And it was Brennan Hart.
Yeah, because if a guy walked up to me and said, I'm Fabian, I'd be like... Sorry.
I don't know where that was going.
Nowhere.
We don't know if he's making jokes or not, because
just hadn't heard my own voice for a little while. Sorry, I'll just sit back.
Sorry,
over
I'll give you more chance to talk. So anyway, there I was, wondering who I might get a chance to talk to, and Brennan Hart just wandered over for a chat, and he's a really nice chap.
And he was drinking champagne.
He was drinking champagne. Yeah, there you go. That's obviously what's on his rider.
Were you surprised to see backstage that everyone just reads books and drinks tea? Was that a shock? There was no tea drinking going on.
For reals? Can I please have a cup of tea? I feel really uncomfortable in backstage areas. Not that I get invited to many of them. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But even at Massive, I'll walk into, if I'm ever in the green room, I'll be in there for about 15 seconds and be like, I think there's more going on out there. I might looks more exciting. out with the punters, but
Yeah, look, I definitely agree that as good as it is to go and have a look behind the scenes, I love to experience an event from the middle of the crowd. You know, I absolutely love to be out there in the middle of that atmosphere. I mean, that is what I love about this scene.
You're an old school raver.
Yeah, I suppose so. And I've just sort of never, I've never lost that love for it. Like, I wake up on rave day like a kid on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I do too, actually. Luke?
No.
You usually wake up like, oh man, I've got so much to do.
Wake up, I haven't slept from the night before. I'm like, oh great, another 17 more hours.
I'll tell you what, we're going to have a quick break and then come back with the Friday segment of the Unhinged Gig Guide and a little bit more from Nikki at Alive at Night.
All right. So first up on our gig guide for this weekend, we've got Hard Island, which is the new hard dance festival taking place on the Gold Coast. Kicks off Friday night. They've got Andy the Core, Wasted Penguins, Crypsis, a host of Australian locals as well. And that's over Friday and Saturday night and a Saturday daytime festival.
And at Candy's on Friday, we have featuring Press Play. Press Play hails from Kay's hometown of Bendigo.
Woo, go Bendigo.
In 2016, Press Play reached DJ Mag's top 15 DJs. Did you know that?
I didn't.
Me either.
Down at Jam Gallery in Bondi, we've got Happy House 2 Acid House Only. Following on from their first event, the Happy House crew are back with the sounds of acid.
And then we have Kilter Sessions presents Pepper Pot at the Sly Fox in Newtown. And we'll be putting some links up to all of these cool places.
And also on Friday night, the one party to beat all parties. I try to build it up. It's probably a bit bigger than what it really is. But we're going to finish up Friday with Sugoi as Fuck Scavenger Edition, which is at the Burdekin Hotel. The event will take up the 2 top levels of the hotel located in Oxford Street. Doors open at 9 p.m. And you'll see this guy perform. Maybe is Unhinged now just like a promo of Kaiser? I don't know.
That's where you started the show.
That's why I'm doing this. That's what's going on in and around Sydney, at least, this Friday night. If we've missed anything, which I'm sure we have, you need to email us at events@unhinged.com.au. After this quick little break, we're going to finish off their chat with Nikki. We're going to do Saturday's gig guide, which is a bit more extensive, and a live mix from Genre. For those at home who've read Dave's comment about DaveCon, he didn't send anything to events@unhinged.com.au. So, just also for those people at home, one of the tips that I got from Brenton, if you're watching, cheers mate, he said he can only listen to my voice for a maximum of 20 minutes at a time. So I'm going to break, like, how do you think that went, how we went, like, different people? Like, put that in the comments section below. Let's get back to the interview with young Nikki. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Hey, what's your jam when it comes to music? Like, you're pretty eclectic, but what's your go-to for tunes?
Oh, look, I'm into anything on the harder end of dance music, but ultimately my favourite is UK hardcore. Always has been, always will be.
Is that mainly what you write for Live at Night? Is UK hardcore related?
I do write a regular column about UK hardcore. I've been writing that monthly for about a year and a half or so now.
Yep.
Because there's just been so much going on in UK hardcore. So back sort of soon after I started writing for Live at Night, we were really seeing so much new stuff coming out. And so we thought, we really want to focus on that. We've got a big readership in Europe, so we wanted to get people into that. And so there's really some really outstanding artists that I've got to learn about, and I really just love writing about and telling people about. Particularly at the moment, Stonebank, Callum Higby, who's one of the youngest producers coming out of the UK and one of the absolute top talents at the moment. So do go and check him out. And obviously, right here in Sydney, we've got the 170 label, which has been releasing some top quality music that is now just that is so popular all around the world now. So that's JTS and Technicore's label.
Yeah, and I heard they're bringing out a new album soon. Is that right?
They are, yes.
Mm.
So after their highly successful Gridlock album last year, which
was
check out
fantastic,
if you haven't already.
by the way.
It really was, yeah. So Gridlock 2, or whatever it may be entitled, is on its way soon.
Oh, was that an exclusive? Do you know that it's called Gridlock 2?
I don't know.
James or Elf, if you're watching, please confirm in the comment section below. I hope you're in so much trouble.
I am not in trouble.
You were telling
I'm
us,
not repeating anything I haven't seen on public Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. You were telling us before about Fabian tapping you on the shoulder and having
Yeah.
a chat. Has that been what's been your most memorable thing to happen in your rave lifetime?
In my rave lifetime or in my Live at Night lifetime?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, you made that harder for yourself, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to say that's my top moment of my Live at Night lifetime so far. Of my rave lifetime, gosh, there's so many memorable moments, but I suppose one that certainly I think will resonate with a lot of our viewers is the very first DEF CON Australia, and just walking in there, and like so many people that day, we had never seen anything like that over here. And just the creativity in the stages, and just that beautiful venue out there on the island, it just, nothing else will sort of compare
It was
to that
pretty
feeling.
groundbreaking at the time, I hear. The first DEF CON.
Yeah,
for events.
Absolutely.
I wasn't in Sydney then, so I missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you not here yet?
I mean,
Hey?
Were you not in Sydney yet?
No, I was still in Victoria.
Wow.
In the comment section below, you can tell us what your favourite rave story is. If it's awesome, we'll repeat it. So be as shocking as you like. We'll have a good read. We may not repeat it though. Also,
I was going to say, if we were going for
Hey.
if we were going for those sort of stories, then there's a whole nother.
There's no rules here on the Unhinged show, but we do have a certain level of decorum we'd like to, I don't know, sort
As
of
this is
keep.
my first appearance, we'll stick to the professional stories.
Also, for those watching on Twitch or YouTube, we actually aren't following your comments at the moment. If you want to comment, we will read them later and respond. But if you want to get involved, jump onto the Unhinged Facebook page, and that's where we are. It's where we are watching, where we are monitoring the comments, shall we say. Nikki, what have you got coming up for Live at Night? What's in the pipeline?
Well, for our crew out in Europe, they'll be heading round to the major events coming up over the winter season. So I think pretty soon they've got there's Thunderdome, there's the Radical Redemption party coming up pretty soon, and of course Climax. And generally keeping an eye on everything in the scene. For myself, it'll be Knockout Circus, which obviously I'm really looking forward to, and I may have some more stories for you after that. Let's see.
Are you getting backstage for that too? Is that happening?
Let's wait and see, shall we?
Have you given your +1 out yet? No, that was a joke. All right. You guys really can't tell when I'm joking or not, can yous? You guys suck. All right, we're going to take a quick break. This is an Unhinged exclusive. This is the unreleased promo for 170. When we come back from that, we'll be talking about what's going on Saturday. Stick around.
I walked away with an iron heart and I won't let it break. I'll be okay because you're in my blood, so I heal and now I got an iron heart, I got an iron heart, I got an iron heart.
All right, this Saturday, 21st of October, we're going to kick things off for Saturday for Meet Me in Darlow, which for those uninitiated, that is short for Darlinghurst. It's an event put on by Keep Sydney Open. It's a day-night event designed to help reinvigorate the King's Cross Party precinct. It's spanning 25 venues. There's a little bit for everyone. There's so many things going on.
Candy's Apartments featuring Oski. Is it Oski?
Yeah.
Who infuses elements of hip-hop, trap, dubstep, drum and bass. He'll be there on Saturday night, but you will also need a valid ID scan on entry.
As per always at Candy's Apartment. Zoo Events presents Charles Fenkler at the Jam Gallery beginning at 9 p.m.
If you like a bit of house music, either on your Saturday night or your Sunday morning, check out Before and Afters down at Club 77. We've had a bit of a lack of day clubs around Sydney recently, so it's really nice to see that Afters has crept into the scene. And I think this Saturday they're sort of going right through from 10 o'clock at night till sometime in the morning. They've got Nick Reverse and Pepper Pot, and they go through till about midday on Sunday.
Fox Life Rabbit Taxi's Farewell is at the Sly Fox resident DJ makes to move open later. That's Melbourne, I believe.
Yes, it's his farewell. He's making the move to Melbourne like every other person who's sick of Sydney's lockout laws. And it wouldn't be a gig guide without knowing what's going on down there at Massive. Yeah, so it's Wasted Penguins, which is wicked. It's going to be a big night at Massive. If you haven't got tickets already, I'd suggest you get onto them now. It's Wasted Penguins playing in Hard Island as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so they must be borrowing them for the night. Yeah. Oh, lastly, and I haven't got a graphic for this, but on Sunday, because I haven't done one just for Sunday, on Sunday, as per always, is Sash, or Sash by day and Sash by night. Monica Ross headlines the weekly wind-down session, and that is at the Greenwood Hotel. And that is all we have for the Unhinged Gig Guide. Stick around, we're going to have a mix from genre. We're going to wind things up here, and actually, we're going to have some rehab news right after this.
Project Zero.
Alright, we're just going to have a little bit of a round table discussion about some events that have been announced so far in recent times, because we're not going to cover them specifically in the gig guide. The first one I want everyone's take on is Knockout. So I think we're pretty sure we've established there's still one more DJ to come. Does anyone want to have a punt? Carl, your microphone's on if you want to have a go. No, no one cares. Nikki, guesses?
Showtech, please.
Luke?
Wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm saying Showtech.
you think Showtech?
Yeah.
Showtech's announced for Genesis White, which is not that far away, so
It's 2 weeks prior, 2 or 3 weeks prior.
I don't think it'd be both. I don't think they.
I don't know.
All right.
Did they say international or internationals?
You think it's Tweaker Call? Does anyone want to have a guess in the comment section below at home? I think it's got to be a old school person that hasn't played in a while. That's my feeling.
I thought Headhunters, but I don't know.
You don't know. Well, the Headhunters. Well, we're going to talk about that actually right now, and that is Project Zero have announced their tour events, which is happening around about New Year's around the country. I think Adelaide. Hang on, Adelaide, Perth. I don't know. It's Melbourne and Brisbane. I know. I'll just shut up now. Melbourne,
Those places that aren't
Melbourne and
Sydney.
Yeah. Does anything happen outside of Sydney? I don't know. They've announced so far Headhunters and Tune Boy. Thoughts, guys? Because I always thought Project Zero was a trance event.
Well, I guess they're diversifying.
It was a trance event last year, though, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, thanks, Kyle.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, this.
Do they have they got any trance acts announced yet?
No, there's only Tune
Okay.
Boy and I did see a comment on one of the Melbourne pages that said more hardstyle is being announced.
Was Project Zero with all those promoters last year?
Project Zero.
I mean,
Was it a joint operation like it
Yeah.
is this year?
Yeah.
No idea. Not the foggiest, because PhD and stuff's involved in this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Do we want to have some bets on who the trance headliners may be?
Armin.
It's got to be someone up there. Yeah.
No, not
And
Armin.
when
Not
was
Armin?
Armin last over though? Has he been over recently?
I don't know. I don't like this segment very much.
I reckon Armin, because I reckon it's almost a year since he's been over.
Okay, Armin. What's anyone guessing at home? Is anyone still watching after this little bit?
No,
No one's watching?
6 people. No,
Lies.
there's about 6,000 people watching.
Okay. Are any of them saying anything? Or have you
We've had Headhunters, Tweaker Core. I think I've seen the Showtech, Isaac.
Isaac's already
Lots
announced,
of
I
Tweaker
think.
Cores, Rebellion.
Someone said Tiesto.
Nah.
I would be excited for Tiesto if it was an old school set only, because if I hear red lights, I'd probably have to throw a shoe at him. I'm not kidding.
Tiesto
I would-
was wonderful
Yep,
back in the
back
day.
in the
Yeah, I would literally take a spare shoe just to throw at Tiesto if I heard. I'd be happily be kicked out of an event for that. Actually, yeah, I know I'm not being very clear right now, but whatever. Also up in Brisbane, Shadows of Wonderland's been announced. Which Shadows of Wonderland I thought was a Melbourne thing. Obviously, it's diversifying up north.
It's just another HSU brand.
Right.
Yeah.
Atmospheres and Rebellion's been announced for that. So for New Year's, if you're a hardstyle fan, selections galore available to you guys. Okay. Let's never do a round table discussion type thing again.
It's because we're at a square table. It's too edgy.
It's too edgy.
That's one of your jokes.
Turning your microphone off. I don't know. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play an ad. When we come back, we're going to have a mix from genre, and then we'll have another little chat just as we finish up.
don't sleep, no. I don't even know what I got sheets for. Some pillowcases and bed frames, I'll take that, don't need those. So high, I don't get high. I don't even know what I got weed for. Be small, 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 be small.
Switch.
sacrifice yourself and let me have what's left. I know that I can find the fire in your eyes. So sacrifice yourself and let me have what's left. I know that I can find the fire in your eyes, 'cause I will be the death of you.
We'll never find all your pieces. Cold fear. We'll never find all your pieces.
thing pop, go. New thing pop, go. New thing pop, go. New thing pop, go. New thing pop, go.
Woo!
Holy shit.
That was brutal. Have a seat, Mr. Genre. Mate, you almost turned into a bit of a star in that last 30 minutes. I'll tell you what, there were comments going on about your mixing and all sorts.
And what about those fucking kick rolls you threw out over there?
I've been practicing my kick rolls. Don't tell anybody.
Wow.
So I'm also now Kyle's booking agent. If you want to book him, you'll have to go through me. That's bookings at unhinged. It doesn't actually exist. Hey, I thought we'd bring us back and keep those comments coming through because Kyle needs. Was that fun, man?
Yeah, that was heaps of fun, man. Heaps of fun. I was obviously a bit nervous to begin with, but
I didn't show it.
when you went for a ciggy, yeah.
We didn't go for a ciggy. We just had a meeting
Oh, it was
next
secret
door.
Secret meeting. Getting out of the room was too brutal, or
I knew I shouldn't have let him talk. Why did we do? No, but in all honesty, I was actually a little bit impressed
good stuff.
with my kick rolls. What do you think, Nikki?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Thank you.
I
Nice
agree.
work, mate.
Now I'm going to try and position this because we're doing this on the fly. I'm going to try and position this so it doesn't cut anyone's head off. But while we're on air, there was an announcement made for Project Zero, and we were talking about trance acts, etc. Chris Schwitzer, if I pronounce that, Schweizer, and Heatbeat have been announced for at least the Sydney leg. I don't know about the other areas just yet because everybody who sent me the flyer, thank you very much. I only got the Sydney version of the flyer.
I think it's Schweizer.
Schweizer. I don't think I thought I did pretty good. I've never heard of him. All right, sorry. I'm sorry. Where's everyone spending New Year's, by the way, Nikki? Are you partying or going away?
To be honest, I'm actually out of town for New Year's.
All right, Luke, where are you working?
I'm not. I'm staying at home. I'm going to water my garden. No,
Do you have a garden?
Yeah. Mate, do I have a garden?
Do I have a garden?
Jeez, this guy. I will be most likely at Massive. I
Yep.
have had some other offers, but
Massive is shaping up to be.
it's going to be ridiculous.
It's going to be huge. By the way, guys, we'll do a bit of a special on New Year's events in the Unhinged Gig Guide. But if you like hardstyle and like Massive, I would recommend perhaps buying those tickets right
they're
about
gonna
now. Even it's an investment. It's cheaper than the other places. I'm not getting paid for this. By the way, Steve, I should be getting paid for this. If you're watching. Also, we noticed Terry A-Star has joined the feed there at one stage.
Ooh.
There's a name I have not heard in, well, not since Daydreams, really.
Yeah.
He pops up on Facebook. Terry, if you're watching, hi. You should come home sometime soon, and to treat us for this.
We would love to see you again.
Kyle, what are you doing for New Year's?
Oh, I don't know. Might be watering my garden also, or
No, you definitely don't have a garden.
that little
I've
box
been
out
to
the
your
front,
house.
yeah. True.
So that's the show. Next week, let me tell you, we have something freaking huge lined up. And sticking to tradition with the gig guides, we're not going to announce who it is. So
Don't message me and ask me to tell you, because I get a lot of that.
is that right?
Yeah. Oh, tell me. Can you can tell me?
Oh, I just tell them.
I can't.
No, I don't. But so a lot of you also know that we tried out the Twitch thing on Facebook. I mean Twitch thing on the Twitch TV page. And I'm trying to do two things at once, and I really shouldn't do that. One thing at a time. And also the live feed's also on YouTube, and we'll be breaking the episodes up and slapping them on YouTube in their entirety also. Would anyone in the comment section like to let us know who they like on the show? Any takers?
Give it a couple of seconds.
Shannon says, top job. Thanks, man. Anthony says, awesome set, bro.
Cheers, Anthony. Thanks, mate. Love the support.
Jolene says, fat mix, and she spelled it with a PH.
Oh, I got the PH. Damn.
Damn. I'm actually trying to stall because I need to change the credits bit, so you guys should talk and say something.
Anyone know any jokes or? That was a joke.
Oh.
Alright, let's bail. Thanks for watching the unhinged version of the show. I mean the gig guide version of the show. On the main show with all the news, etc. happens on the 1st of November. That's gonna have Amber Savage.
Should we? I know we haven't spoken about this, but we've been talking to some pretty exciting people,
Oh, I thought we were gonna keep this on the quiet.
and there's got to put
Alright.
a little bit of hype, and I suppose we should. Maybe.
Alright.
There's going to be something really big coming to our show, and it's going to be very different, and it's going to be something you're all going to want to watch.
It's actually a world exclusive.
It's
I don't think anyone's ever interviewed these people or person.
not the way we're going to.
Yeah, so stick around. We'll actually announce that one.
Yeah.
There'll be a bit of build up for that one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Luke's been talking to Scooter. What? No, it's not Scooter. Scooter's not coming.
Well, I have been talking to Scooter, but not about the show.
Oh. Well, on that note, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to our guests, Nikki and Kyle, aka Genre. Do you have a Facebook page?
I sure do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What is it? Facebook, www.facebook.com/
670%.
Is it Genre?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright,
Same as SoundCloud as well.
We'll put the link up on the page. Yeah, your SoundCloud's been rocking and rolling. Why is there lots of laughs and cries going on the page? I'd probably it's math about Scooter.
Aw.
I'll make some calls. Math.
Turn his mic off.
Is there anything you wanted to say, Nikki, before we go?
Thanks for having me along, and everyone please remember to like Alive at Night on Facebook and Alive at Night Media on Instagram, and see you soon.
All right. I reckon we should just end on that. See you later, guys. See you next week.